So, as part of our Salesforce learning is concerned, we discussed about what CPQ is all about earlier. Let me rewind what CPQ is all about. CPQ, nothing but configure, price, and quotation, which generally one of the product that we use in Salesforce, which majorly used to streamline the sales process. At the same time, we will also be used to automate the pricing and as well as quotation generations also. Uh, Now and then we see whenever we are working on the Salesforce as a CRM platform, it's part of it. Right? So because now and then even for sales teams, this is something useful nowadays to automate the pricing, right? So quotation generation, everything can be done using Salesforce CPQ. This is what generally the CPQ is all about. Now, why Salesforce CPQ is required for any organization, especially from the sales department point of view. So this is nothing to do with technology. This is nothing to do with domain. So this is majorly used to reduce the manual errors because if there is any kind of quotation that we wants to be generated, in spite of generating those uh, manually by a group of people, which may occur, right? So which means there is a possibility, there may be possibility of manual errors can be identified. So that in order to reduce that manual errors and all, CPQ can be used. Next, we can speed up the sales life cycle also. Whatever the sales life cycle do we have, so that sales life cycle can be speed up here, and including ensuring the accuracy in pricing, improve customer experience. Everything can be done because even though organizations have other quote systems, right? So there is having any quote rating configuration systems, etc. Some companies were moving towards Salesforce CPQ, so that they can speed up the sales life cycle effectively. Now, when we try to understand about the components of it, these are the different components we have. One is about the product configuration. Product configuration means the product is available. Now we have to configure according to the business needs, according to the requirements. That's where product configuration come into picture. Means product of Salesforce is there, but we have to make some changes in terms of data model, in terms of field level, in terms of workflows, so that it can be rightly fitted into when we want to provide any quotation to the customer, it can be rightly fitted. So product configuration comes under that. Second, about the pricing engine means when we want to give a quotation, pricing is important, right? Pricing based on multiple factors, pricing based upon the kind of expenses that were incurred here, right? So at the same time, the infrastructure cost, everything will be involved in it. So all these things will be comes under the pricing engine. The third one about quote generation, wherein we can provide quotation, we can create and generate quotations as well, followed by any kind of approval workflows, etc. Everything can be done. So these are the major key components that we see when we are working on the Salesforce CPQ. Now, this is where the three things, because this is a detailed understanding, because when we try to understand about the configuration and all, the first one about the product bundling, because whatever the codeless product bundling we have, etc., everything will be configured. At the same time, we can guided selling also, because guided selling where if you want to guide any kind of selling towards customers, etc., everything can be configured. Along with that, features, what are the different features we have, right? So for selling features, etc., everything will be taken into an account. This is all from the configuration point of view. Second, about the pricing, where we need to provide different pricing methods, like at the same time, what are the pricing methods as well as the underlying pricing methods we have, everything will be involved in it, including any kind of discounts that we provide, right? We're offering any kind of discounts. At the same time, for any kind of discounts we are offering, everything will be involved. Next, tied pricing, one more. Tied pricing, majorly whatever the pricing for whatever the sales or the activities that we are performing, everything are comes under the tied pricing. The third one about the quotation, like where we can create quotation generations, etc. So that product and as well as code generations will happen. At the same time, document templates can also be generated. Document templates like template updates, everything can be done, including any kind of electronic signatures, right? So managing any electronic signatures, etc. Everything can be managed. All these things will be part of Salesforce CPQ. So this is about, in short, in detail, configure price and quotation using Salesforce CPQ. We can configure product bundling, etc. We can do the pricing methods. At the same time, we can generate quote generations, etc. Everything will be done it. Now, when we try to understand about the product configuration, majorly three things. Just now I have told you, defining the product bundles, applying the constraints and rules. Rules, nothing but the business rules I can say, along with ensuring any valid product combinations, everything will be part of product configuration, etc. Next, about the pricing engine, wherein we are applying discounts, pricing rules. At the same time, we are supporting the tied pricing, dynamic pricing models. Everything will be involved. Third, about approvals, automated work approvals and all, discounts, managing escalations. Everything will be part of approvals. And one of the configuration important thing, as in the beginning itself, I told you, one is about the data model. Data model, which consists of what kind of products that we are offering in, what are the different price books we have, what are the different quotations that we are providing, what are the line items that are there in the quotation, including any contract subscriptions, everything will be part of data model. So this is an overall understanding when we are trying to understand about Salesforce CPQ. When we are when we are working on Salesforce CPQ, it can be of any kind of role. It can be a role of a business analyst roles, or it can be of any other role. Understanding over the ecosystem of Salesforce CPQ and working accordingly so that we can speed up the cycle process. At the same time, we can reduce the manual errors, and we can complete the quotation process, etc. Everything much faster.